What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Chris coming at you with a high rated DB match. We are featuring our infamous DEI Dragon versus Tom Zoe, who I believe is playing Blackwings. Tom Zoe is at 1255 rating. We are currently sitting at 1196 rating. This is DB Edison ladder. Let's get right into the match. Okay, we are starting off game one with Kawaki Miro Drago, Foolish Burial, Gores, Wyvern, Prime Material, and Gold Sark. Our opponent has Blizzard Dragon, Bottomless Trap Hole, Mirror Force, Dust Shoot, Judgment. We're going to Gold Sark for Future Fusion and pass. Our opponent sets Bottomless, sets Dust Shoot, passes. In standby, he's going to Dust Shoot us, which is unfortunate. Makes us put back the Card Trooper. The reason why he does that, he wants us to play into his Bottomless, which we do when we summon Wyvern. Now, in this particular moment, we are more okay with losing Wyvern to Bottomless because theoretically, Wyvern is going to get banished no matter what in our deck, but we want to be the one who initiates that banish. So I'm not saying it's a good thing that it gets Bottomless, but it's not as bad as if the Drago got Bottomless. He draws into Ashura, shuffles hand, sets 2, passes turn. So he didn't summon that Shura because he knows that we have Gores. He really doesn't want to play into the Gores. We're going to get the Future Fusion here. Now, in my opinion, the reason why I throw the Future Fusion at 2 back row is because I believe if he had the out to stop Future Fusion, he had to have had it in his opening hand, as opposed to the likelihood of him drawing it with, no monsters on the board, using something like Icarus Attack to try to stop it. But that would make him blow all of his cards, being as though he'd have to tribute the Blackwing, use the Icarus Attack, target his card and my card. So if you get what I mean, he's going to blow everything except, I believe, 2 cards, maybe even 1 card. Let me count again. Everything except 2 cards would go just to stop the Future Fusion. He doesn't want to put himself in that situation. So he's going to pay half his life points to Judgment that here. I normal summon Drago and attack. We get Mirror Forced. His turn, he draws into the Dimensional Prison, which is great for him because he knows I have Prime Material. He attacks. I drop Gores. And so he did that there because now he's drawn the out to Gores token and Gores with the Icarus Attack. So what you'll see is, I know that. So playing around the Icarus Attack, I summon Prime Material. Gores attack. I do not play into the Deep Prison. I pass turn, or I go to main phase 2 and do not attack with the Prime Material. That way I can play around the Deep Prison. So I activate Charge there. Mind you, I normal summon this turn, so I cannot set this Raikou yet. But my intention is to set the Raikou and then use the Raikou to hit a back row. Now he has Blizzard. He uses Blizzard to bring back Shura. He's going to make Goyo Guardian. Another unfortunate thing. Did not anticipate this happening, but it did. So now he takes Prime Material. And so we're in a little bit of a bind here. Our Raikou can no longer flip and hit a back row. Our Raikou, it can't even deal with the Prime Material. And it also can't deal with Goyo. And if we let Goyo take Gores, he's threatening lethal next turn. So we have to make an aggressive push towards Prime Material and Goyo. My thought process is, if I can normal summon Sangan, I can use Foolish, dump Plague, normal summon Sangan, make Catastor, search for Debris Dragon for follow-up, and I will be losing my Raikou there, but it's the risk that I probably have to take in order to try to win this game. So that's what we do. We Foolish the Plague, top deck the Raikou, normal summon Sangan, banish Plague, send Sangan to grave, synchro summon Catastor, Sangan's effect, search debris, and we're gonna use, so that's a misclick there. Gores is gonna attack Prime Material Dragon. This gets DP'd. And then we're going to use Catastor to attack Prime Material. Now, realistically, we know that Prime Material is going to kill the Catastor. But it's better that... Actually, you know what? This might be a misplay too, honestly. Maybe I should have left the Catastor there. Because what will happen is... it stops one of the attacks. I just thought about that. It stops one of the attacks. He would have to use the card right now. I don't know. That's a blunder by me. I actually could have lost this game because of that. So I'm going to take 52 here. Obviously, we see he draws 7 tools, which I don't think he's going to set because it won't allow his Prime to protect him. So we draw Karma Cut. What a draw. What a blessing. But we actually have to push, even though the Karma Cut deals with the Goyo, and because we would discard Dandelion, which would deal with the Prime's attack. We don't know what that last back row is, and if it is MST, then it can clear our back row, which means we would never be able to use the discard effect and get the Dandelion token. So right here, we're going to make an Iron Chain and try to clear the Prime. And just hope that it's not MST. If it's not MST, then we can out the Goyo and we're fine. We can stabilize. He draws Gale, but he doesn't summon it. He just attacks. We Karma Cut the Goyo, get 2 tokens. He summons Gale, halves the Iron Chain, and sets. So here, Gale, half Gale, and attack. He's going to Icarus attack us, and that was the last back row. Not the worst case scenario. He draws Dust Tornado and sets it. We draw Red MD. And Red MD bring back Prime. He doesn't want to see it. On to game 2. Game 2, we open Quackimiro Drago, DD Crow, Red MD, Raikou, and return. Our opponent's opening hand is Dimensional Prison, Sirocco, Icarus Attack, Jargreed, and Shura. And he draws Kalute for turn. So a typical Blackwing opening is pretty good. We're going to set Raikou. The reason why we don't set Raikou with a set Torrential is because if he does have an Icarus Attack set, we just played right into it. Our intentions with the Raikou is going to hit the Shura. And then if he has Blizzard to follow up at any point, we can Crow it. Or we can try to summon the Drago. And if the Drago sticks, he just can't special summon Darks, which all of the Blackwings are dark. So we're going to follow the plan. Raikou mills 3 and hits the Shura. We just seen that we milled Future Fusion. So game 1, no Future Fusion. Game 2, no Future Fusion. He plays the Jargreed. So that's something to keep in mind. We've seen him play Yada and Jar. So we got to be careful using heavy MST and True Nade against the back rows because a lot of them are draw cards. We've seen that. So here we're going to summon Drago and just swing for 19. He allows it. He allows it because he has Sirocco the Dawn in the hand. So he can already clear the Drago. He's not going to waste that Div Prison on the Drago when he already has the means to clear it. He summons the Sirocco, clears the Drago. We draw Brain Control. Now, because the last time we attacked, he did not respond, what we're going to do is we're going to use Debris to bring back Raikou. And then we're going to banish Debris, summon Red MD effect, bring back Prime, and then Brain Control to try to win the game here. This also plays around Icarus attack because we used prime material. So we're going to attack with Raikou first, then Sirocco, then prime. And this is another misplay here. We shouldn't attack with prime first. It should be Red MD first to play around D-Prison Mirror Force. Because if he had D-Prison, he can D-Prison the prime, which you see here. And then he can Mirror Force the Red MD. He doesn't have the Mirror Force set, though. We see it's in his hand. Okay. So he drops the Kalute on the Red MD attack. Sets everything and passes, which is really scary. So we're going to dump Wyvern so that we can bring back the Red MD. If he bottomlesses, we will use Torrential to clear the whole board. He uses Oppression, so we chain return. Again, because if he bottomless, then we'll chain our Torrential and clear the board. And now that he's at 300, he can't use Oppression again. So we'll bring out the Red MD. And we wanted to close the curtain, but Torrential's too strong. He won't use the Blizzard's effect in fear of us using Oppression, which is smart by him. We use Debris. And we don't attack. We were afraid of the back row, and we have no follow-up. And now that we have follow-up, we attack. Doesn't go through. It gets hit with Mirror Force. We set Sangan and pass. And then he Icarus attacks the Sangan. Then another great play by him. He normal summons the Sirocco and attacks for game. So Gore's Trag didn't matter because he attacked for more than the life points we had. That was a great play by him. Game 3, our opening hand is MST, Karma Cut, Plague, Debris, Raikou. His opening hand, Icarus, Solemn, Kalute, Oppression, Dimensional Prison. We draw True Nade for turn. Set Raikou, set MST, pass. He passes turn. We draw Plague. We set it and pass. Now, when he sets a monster and then sets 4 like that, it's somewhat confusing to me why he did that. But what you'll see is he sets Sirocco. We True Nade. He's thinking he's going to Judgment us. He doesn't want us to go off. We flip Raikou. He Torrentials. It may have been correct for me to just normal summon over Plague there before flipping Raikou to play around Torrential. We get the mill 3. Misclick. We're going to Foolish Dandy, summon 2 tokens. He doesn't stop that. The fact that he didn't stop the Dandy made me think he didn't have Oppression. He actually does, and he plays it here, which was pretty smart. Summons Kalute, attacks the token, passes. I didn't stop that because I have Prime Material. Tribute Summon Prime, attack Kalute. Gets banished by the D-Prison. He attacks directly. So at this point, he doesn't believe in this back row, which is fine. We draw dead. It's a dead draw right now. Kalute attacks again. We take it. Another dead draw with the return while the Oppressions face up. Attacks again. We've taken 42 from this Kalu, just putting in work. So here we draw Caius. Alright, so the plan here is to try to make him use that oppression on Plague, which he will, and threaten a special summon. And what he's thinking about, we're going to do it again. And at this point, he's thinking that our commitment is being put back on top of the deck. That's what we're hoping we're making him think. Now he's a little bit, he's got pressure on him because of his life point total and his oppression and what we just tried to do. So he's going to go ahead and mill 3 with the card trooper and then attack for both. We're going to take the card trooper, but we're going to stop the Kalut because now if we can get this Caius to come down, we can attack over the card trooper for game. And he sees that too. So he summons Shura and passes his turn. And we're going to try it one more time. Try to bring back the Plague. He's thinking about it. And you're going to see at the end, he'll tell us what he was thinking about is if we already have Wyvern or Drago, if he played that oppression, he loses the game. So he doesn't want to play it. Instead, I actually have Caius, banish the Shura, that burns him for 1,000, and the Caius over card trooper is game. So just so you guys can see the conversation, that was the conversation. And very well played by Tomzo. This is Chris coming to you live with DEI Dragon Replay. High rated Edison signing off. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share. Peace.